What's up, y'all? It's DJ JT. You're now tuned in to WSUM 91.7 FM. This is Live Music Hour. Right now we have a special guest in the booth. We got Chance the Rapper. What's up?
What down?
You know, just got to Madison. How you liking the city so far?
I'm liking it a lot so far. I've had quite a few adventures since I got into town 6 minutes ago. So it's crazy out here.
Parking's just a bit tough around here. You know?
Parties, everything is cracking in Madison right now. Yeah.
You excited for the show tonight, though, huh?
I'm super excited. Yeah, we're playing the Union tonight. It's a free show, so super excited. It's our first show in Madison. Got a lot of support so far. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty nice show. So yeah,
you've been doing this little Midwest college tour. How's that been so far?
It's been dope. We got a really good response at U of I earlier this year. We played Mizzou about a month back. Sold out show was awesome. Played ISU recently. All the shows that we've been playing, all these colleges have been super turned up, and I've just been hearing that Madison comes out and shows love, and you know they turn up after the show too. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, Madison gets you cracking.
Yeah. So what artists have you been listening to on the road?
On the road, who do I listen to? We were listening to this Texas artist, Big Mo. I don't know if you guys remember it. It's some old stuff, but he's got that lame music, and that's what we do on the road. Who else have we been listening to on the road? Kendrick's album is super dope. Frank's album is super dope. I've been listening to my own new music. I got a project, Acid Rap, that you guys probably know about, that's coming pretty soon.
Why don't you tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, the Acid Rap tape is it's the new tape that we've been working on. It's like you know what I'm saying, my second tape. It's the sequel to Tende, somewhat. You know what I'm saying? It's a different sound for me because I'm used to doing a lot of live instrumentation on my music and working a bit with you know, older samples and older styles of music. But it's, you know what I'm saying, it's my second project, and I haven't really done too much, you know what I'm saying, instrumentated music. So it's like playing around with acid jazz and a lot of sounds of like, you know what I'm saying, the bounce genre and 80s like you know what I'm saying, dance wave genre like music. Like, I don't know. It's a different feel for me, and it's been a dope experience. So all we do is listen to my own music all day. You know?
Dope. Yeah, I know kids these days release an album called Trap House Rock. I'm wondering,
kids these days, those are the homies.
Yeah, like is your title kind of building off that, or?
I mean, it's coming from the idea that we're trying to do is build new genres and build new music and build new sounds. And Trap House was definitely a new sound for music, and it's kind of like a compilation of a mix between like covering and sampling joints and mixing it with new music and just playing between genres of music, and that's kind of what the acid rap thing is. It's a mixture of acid jazz and rap, but there's also so many different sounds. So it's really just about, you know what I'm saying, being on the forefront of music and you know what I'm saying, dabbling in different genres and making, you know, the best product you can make. But yeah, Kids These Days album is super dope. Trap House Rock. I know they played here a couple of weeks ago, I think, right?
Yep.
If even a month ago.
Yeah, they've been here a few times, actually.
Yeah, save money.
Yeah.
So what about your name and your branding, Chance the Rapper? How'd you choose that name?
That's a great question. It's a weird story, actually. It's kind of like a combination of things. I know in high school, like, I always knew I wanted to be a rapper, and it was like a really big thing. Music was a huge thing for me, and I wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, focused on school. A lot of kids were just, you know what I'm saying, students of the building, and I always just felt like rap was the most important thing I was doing. So teachers kind of played around with it and used to call me the rapper or the, you know what I'm saying, like, just it's kind of like a jab at me, but it's also like, you know what I'm saying, like, it was really what I was on. And funny story is that when I was in like a junior in high school, this chick Angela, who was a sophomore at Jones, made me a Twitter. I don't know why, but she like made a Twitter for me, you know what I'm saying, and the name of the account was Chance the Rapper, and I kind of just stuck to it. But I love the name just because it should put me in a box where I would only be able to make rap music, but the fact that I can step out of it and you know, get numerous accolades for making different types of music, but give all of that recognition to the genre of rap is a dope thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it allows me to make other styles of music and have people look at it like, dang, that's what rap is on now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm sure it sparked some curiosity as well.
For sure.
So I was actually interviewing Kelsey, who you collaborated with a few weeks ago, and she, by the way, loved collaborating with you.
Yeah, that's the
But I know for her too, she knew all along she was going to do music, and same for you. You were just in high school.
Yeah.
And
I mean, since before high school, I didn't really have like a music upbringing, but I've always known. I remember the first hip hop album I ever got was Kanye's College Dropout. It came out when I was like in, I think, 5th grade, but it was like a big thing for me, and I've always known, even though it was like a social taboo, that I wanted to be heavily involved with music throughout my life and as a career. And it's just dope coming straight out of high school. It's almost the same way that people go straight from high school to jumping into the league, you know what I'm saying, playing basketball or whatever. It's like I got to dive directly into my career. And a lot of people don't get to do that, especially kids that, you know what I'm saying, like you guys who are super focused on whatever you want to be. You got to study for 4 years and then... No, it's not terrible, but this rap thing is super fun.
Yeah,
should try it.
Yeah, you're young, on the road. It's just like...
Yeah, it's awesome. It's an awesome experience. I've had like one of the best years of my life, if not the best year of my life so far. Turning 19 and dropping this 10-day tape earlier this year, and touring with Childish Gambino this summer. Being on MTV earlier this year when they did the Sucker Free Chicago. Just like all a lot of firsts have happened for me this year, and it's kind of like going into this acid rap tape. It's like, it's my second album, so it's like everything that I do. I look at as a first and an opportunity to you know what I'm saying, tackle a new feat. You feel me?
Yeah. How does it feel if you get any criticism or constructive criticism?
Oh, it's awesome. I love criticism. I love when people, because I always look at making music not as like, you know what I'm saying, a procreator or like you know what I'm saying, like a like somebody who's making new content, but as like a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always made music as somebody who, as a listener of music, knows what I like. You know what I'm saying? And so when I make music, I'm almost making it on a grid or in like you know how you make those cookies in the pan that are like in the shape of stuff? You guys know what I'm talking about.
Definitely.
You guys definitely know what I'm talking about. The pan cookies. It's like that, you know what I'm saying? So every time I get a small criticism or a huge criticism, I know what people don't like, so I can make, you know what I'm saying, whatever I'm molding my music into in a certain way to make sure that people can enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I love when people tell me what they like or what they don't like about the music.
Definitely. What are some of your favorite types of performances? Smaller venues, bigger venues?
I just love performing, in all honesty. I was thinking about it the other day. I just love an energetic crowd in any sense. Like there's certain shows that you'll play and it's like, I toured with Childish Gambino this summer for 14 dates, and most of the shows weren't under 5,000 capacity. And this is like right after dropping my first tape. So I'd probably play maybe 10 or 11 shows before that. Like real like shows at venues or whatever. And those had all been like, you know what I'm saying, at the top 500 people. You know what I'm saying? So like, but I played those shows, and there's certain shows that you play where there's like 5,000 people and they just can't feel it at all. And there's shows that you play that are like, you know what I'm saying, 40 people, and they're, you know what I'm saying, banging their heads and bleeding from the eyes, and it's super turned up. You know what I'm saying? So like, you guys feel free to laugh too, because sometimes I tell these goofs, and the people on the radio, they can't hear that it's funny unless you guys laugh. But like people are super turned up at some of these shows with smaller audiences, and it's a great feeling to just be in front of somebody who reacts to what you put out there. You know what I'm saying?
So if you could perform anywhere in the world, where would you like to perform?
If I could perform anywhere in the world,
without limitations.
Without any limitations?
Without any limitations.
I would say probably Paris. The thing about the music is that it allows me to go to places I've never been before. I hadn't traveled a lot before I put out my mixtape, and you know what I'm saying, we're either busy in Chicago recording or working on something or taking meetings, or we're on the road playing shows. And playing these shows has introduced me to a lot of cultures and a lot of places I never experienced before. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of almost look at the music as a way of transportation. And we're kind of like waiting on taking these vacation trips to places that we've never been. Like, kind of just waiting for the day the music takes us there. So we're kind of setting up this show in Paris right now. We're going to hear back from it, but that's always been a dream of mine. I've never been to Europe.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
You know, besides doing shows and everything, your music obviously gets you in touch with other artists. Who have you worked with that you've really, you know, enjoyed doing work with in the studio?
Well, Childish is the man. Like I said, I toured with him earlier this summer. I've been working with a lot of artists. I was always a huge fan of the Cool Kids when I was growing up, and those are some of my closest homies now. I worked with Chuck English on my first tape, 10 Day. Did You Got Me Effed Up. I just did a new joint for Mikey Rox's new tape.
Too Late.
The Too Late joint. But those are my really close homies. They're definitely gonna end up on the next tape. Worked with a lot of artists. I don't know who's listening to this. I don't want to make anybody upset. But I mean, those are two people I could think of off the top instantly that were awesome in the studio. There's this really big producer in Chicago, Stephen Ponce. Super dope. He did my joint YOLO, which was like the first single for the acid rap joint. He's super dope. There's a lot of artists and producers. I really like working with producers, but as far as artists go, I could think of off the top, Cool Kids and Childish were awesome to work with.
Yeah, I'm a big Gangsta Gibbs fan. I understand you've been doing a little work with him.
Yeah,
how's that been?
Because I know that you know about that.
He's been brought up obviously very different than you have.
Yeah, well, I mean, Gary is like 25 minutes from my crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he's probably cut from a different cloth, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's the homie. We were out in LA just working with him about a couple of weeks ago. We just got back from LA like last week. We were out there messing with him, Chuck English, Wretch and Dash, Blended Babies, a lot of different artists. But yeah, no, Freddie Gibbs is the man, and he's definitely about that life. Yeah.
So,
can I hop on, Joe?
Yeah, of course.
What's up, Chance?
We're down.
New voice, DJ Friendship, checking in.
What up, DJ Friendship?
Yes, sir. I saw an interview with you. I think you're out in New York doing CMJ.
Oh, yeah.
And this 14-year-old kid called in, and you were just like blown away by the way the music moves and how everyone hears it. Are you getting more and more of that? Do you see that happening?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, I mean, like, it's awesome. Like, we get to see it, you know what I'm saying, and like, you know what I'm saying, in real time via Twitter, just because, you know what I'm saying, Twitter is global and everybody uses it now, and it's a great way to spread the music. But just that specific moment, I was on Shade 4-5, and it was my first time playing a show in New York. It's my first time doing radio in New York, my first time doing XM, so it was just a really surreal experience just being there. And when they decided to take calls from the radio, I expected to hear 20 calls from Chicago, maybe 1 or 2 calls from New York, and like by the second call we were talking to some kid in Delaware, and then there were way more calls that just aren't in the video that were from random places. But yeah, no, that's one of the biggest things, is that I really want to spread the music as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, really push it to places that it hasn't been. So like, when I get to play places like Madison that I've never been, or play ISU where I've never been, or even just the idea of playing a college show when I didn't. You know what I'm saying? This is my college experience right now. This is my sophomore year of college, or as it would be, and all of that, all of those experiences, I value to no end. So yeah, no, I mean, it was a crazy experience talking to dude, and I get more and more every day. And the shouts out all the kids who tweet me from the UK, and all the kids that, you know what I'm saying, are in places that I've never played before. I'll be playing there soon.
I have kind of like a follow-up to that, I guess. It seems like a lot of your music is like super personal. Like, obviously the tape came out because of your suspension, and a lot of the lyrics are just about like how it felt for you.
Yeah.
I just like, and I feel it too. Like, when I listen to it, I love it too, but like I have no idea like what you did. So it's just weird for me that you can make such like personal music and do it for you and just kind of talk about your experience, but so many people are feeling it now. Like, why do you think that is? Is it just like
I think that's what music is about. When it comes to writing music, I try and write as introspectively as possible, where it's it's a real reflection of who I am as a person. And I think great songwriters always have done that over time. I think when you start falling is when you make music specifically for it to be able to relate. You know what I'm saying? So like with the 10-day suspension, I think the reason why it went across so many different boards and so many different people were able to relate to it and feel something from it is because I think everyone has had, at some point in their life, felt like they were, you know what I'm saying, a really small being in a huge institution, or just felt institutionalized by some place that they were stuck at, you know what I'm saying, whether it be work or at school or just whatever situation you're going through in life. Everybody's felt somewhat oppressed or somewhat, you know what I'm saying, unbelieved in. Right. So I think that just the 10-day tape, just the idea of a young kid rebelling against something as big as a school and something that should be as important to your life as school would be to an 18-year-old is just an idea that a lot of people like to see. They like to see the underdog have success, and I think that's why a lot of people really messed with the tape and really showed so much support. It's just the idea of it. Had it been me or anyone else, they would have drawn to it. And I think just beyond the writing, the music, and the performance of it all is what keeps people there. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Who are you finding to be your biggest support system right
Who's
now?
my biggest support system? Well, obviously the fans. Like, there's literally nothing without the fans.
Yeah.
And I wake up all the time like from bad dreams where I had this dream one time where I went to a show and there were no fans there, and I got on Twitter and there were no followers. You know what I'm saying? And then I checked out my mixtape and it was all weak. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like without the fans, there's not really anything there. But I mean, with every artist or every person in power, there's like a huge team behind them. So I got my manager Pat, he's awesome. Co-manager Matt. Got my DJ Stephen Ponce. Obviously my parents, my girl. There's a huge support system that goes with any person doing anything that seems not easily accomplishable. But yeah, I mean, it definitely comes with the fans. You know what I'm saying? It comes from connecting with people on a grassroots level and meeting the fans and playing shows for the fans for the love when you can. You know what I'm saying?
I imagine there must be a lot of pressure in the music industry, but I don't know if you feel that or how you deal with that or stress in general.
I think everybody has pressures and stress that they deal with, and I mean, like, I'm definitely not anybody special in any way where like I'm Harlem shaking in the studio right now and dusting it off on my shoulder because they can't see it from their car radios. But you can't just dust it off like you just got done Harlem shaking. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You learn from each experience. So there are a lot of pressures that come with being in the entertainment industry or doing anything that you want to do. So I mean, like I kind of try and just eat them like Scooby snacks. That's what we say in Chaton. Sorry, I think I'm funny.
No, you're killing it for sure.
Want to go?
You like it, Pat?
I think we're gonna play Hey Ma.
Are we gonna play Hey Ma?
I think should we
Hey Ma.
maybe discuss Hey Ma?
The support system.
Yeah.
This one's for mom.
This is for my mom. I want to dedicate this to all the moms in Madison.